Was he at the wrong place at the wrong time? Did he take a job that turned deadly? Or was it something else completely? This is the story of the mysterious disappearance of Steven Koecher. On December 13, 2009, Steven Koecher was on the road to Las Vegas when he received a call from a friend. He was asked to cover a church meeting where he volunteered and offered to turn back, but his friend told him not to worry about it. That was the last time anyone heard from Steven. A few days later, Steven's car was found parked in a retirement neighborhood in Henderson, Nevada. Police managed to reach out to his family, but no one was able to reach him, and he was reported missing. His photo even made it onto milk cartons distributed around the town. Inside his car, police found Christmas gifts he bought a few days earlier for his family, which told investigators he was planning on returning to his car. A week prior, Steven told his mother he would be stopping by for the family's Christmas celebration. Officers searched the neighborhood and the surrounding areas for any sign of Steven and discovered this surveillance footage from one of the homes. Steven's white car is captured entering the neighborhood. Then a few minutes later, he walks in front of the same camera. The moment he's out of frame, no one ever sees him again. In the days that followed, investigators combed through Steven's phone records in hopes of uncovering any clues and discovered something peculiar. The day after Steven's disappearance, his voicemail was checked and the signal was coming from a highway. The phone stayed in that same location for 2 days before it ran out of battery. Police led an extensive search of that area but came up empty. And there was something else that had detectives scratching their heads. No one knows why Steven was in Nevada. He had told friends prior to his trip that he was planning to visit his family, but he doesn't have any family in that area. Steven was not known to drink or consume substances because of his religious beliefs, and his family remained adamant that he wouldn't disappear or take his own life. And there was no indication of anything out of the ordinary on his home computer either. But there was also some suspicious travel from Steven in the days prior to his disappearance. He drove over 1,000 miles around Utah and Nevada with no explanation or any mention of that road trip to anyone. Steven's family revealed to investigators that he was having some financial problems and was searching for a job at the time of his disappearance. Detectives attempted to connect the dots between everything they knew and came to the conclusion that the trying times may have pushed Steven to turn to unconventional ways for income. Another theory came to light. Investigators explored the possibility that Steven had run away with Susan Powell, who had disappeared a week prior as well. They were about the same age, went missing around the same time, from the same state, but detectives couldn't find any evidence to suggest the cases were linked. In 2015, investigators revisited the case, this time with the help of private investigators. The PIs had uncovered a series of worrying photographs from one of the houses in the neighborhood Steven was last seen in, which they believe he was heading towards. The condition of the room suggests that a struggle or something violent took place, and they put out a revised theory. Someone made Steven an offer for work, perhaps illegal work, but he didn't know what exactly he was walking into and accepted, which led to his disappearance. Another theory is that Steven was delivering foreclosure notices, and the owner of the house got angry and took it out on the messenger. To this day, there has been no concrete evidence that suggests if Steven was murdered or kidnapped. He just vanished, and no trace of him has been found since. But those possibilities haven't been eliminated by the police. His family, who remain with no closure, have a $10,000 reward for any tips that lead to information about Steven.